So if you remember from the last video where they sold juices for $1,500 and collected cash of $1,250, well, I recorded the revenue and the amount that's still outstanding, but I did not record the cash section, the cash portion. So that's what I'm going to now. Sold juices, and it will be for the amount that was actually collected. So that will be the last balance. And we end finally with that $100 of fruit that remained on hand. That means when they went to the market and purchased that $700 worth of fruit, they didn't use all of it. They still kept 100 on hand. So we need to make a little adjustment. We need to go back, because when we say cost of goods sold, it means that they actually used it and the items were sold. But in this case, they didn't use all of the 700. They only used 600. That would mean that the balance that would go on the stock is 100, representing how much remained on hand that they didn't use, still available to make juice the next time. As we move on to the actual financial statements, the very first one would be the profit and loss. So you go to get the total income that was earned for the month, and that will be $9,650. So total income, $9,650. Cost of items sold, you'll get that under expenses. Cost of items sold, $5,900. So I'll subtract 5,900 and you will get a gross profit of 3,750. That's left to pay expenses. Your balance of expenses would be everything else except for the cost of items sold, which we already accounted for. So I'm going to include this here. You can do them one by one, but to speed up things, I did it this way. So the net loss, we ended up with a net loss of $950. Okay, so after they covered the items that they were purchased, it was not enough money to cover all the expenses that were incurred, so they end up with a loss of $950. The next statement we'll be doing is the balance sheet. The very first thing in the balance sheet is the cash balance, which is $8,200. So we'll do that next.